The big day?
I mean, I think you're gonna answer something that's been requested.
Oh, don't make it so dramatic now.
It's not dramatic.
Welcome back, everyone. We are bringing you another unstable podcast episode. I'm very excited to always do these sit downs with you guys and be able to catch up over the past month. Questions that you guys have, things that have been going on. Now, overwhelmingly, well, firstly, how are you? Let's start about you. Enough about me. How about you?
I'm good.
Yeah, you're doing good?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, good. Blink twice if you mean it.
And yes, I think I'm doing okay. And you?
I'm doing good, actually. I feel like we're starting to turn like a new chapter and a new leaf with all the bad luck that we've been
Knock on
having.
everything. Actually, you're on antibiotics.
I know, there's a question about that, and we're going to get to it at the end.
Oh, did you send it yourself?
No, of course not. No, there was just, but I will get to it. But I thought we would start off today with addressing the whole Torino of it all, because there's been a lot of people, rightfully so, asking, what's going on with him. And I didn't want to make a video and talk about it until I fully knew for myself what the situation was going to be like and what was going to happen. I just wanted to take some time to figure out exactly what we were going to do with Torino, what his right path was going to be, and let a couple of things unfold. And I feel like now we're at a good place to let you guys in on what's been going on. So you guys will have seen that Yes and I went to see Torino like 6 months ago. That's when it all first began. We went over to Spain to see him. I saw him online and I was straight away kind of enamored by him. I will say this is how many months since Emporio had passed? Emporio passed in October. So it had been
5.
Yeah, a couple of months since Emporio passed, and I started to think to myself, I was like, okay, it's good for you to start looking again and start focusing on something positive and something new and something exciting. So I saw Torino's ad and I was like, oh, that looks like a really interesting 3-year-old. Obviously, I have had quite a lot of experience with stallions by now. I'm never going to stop learning, and I have a lot more to learn still. But I feel pretty comfortable with stallions, and I've owned a couple, and also with the sales stables and all that kind of stuff. And I've been around a lot of stallions. So I thought this could be an interesting horse. We traveled to Spain to see him. We were completely taken aback by how quiet he was. He was just like a full gelding, basically. Really easygoing towards us in the stable, when worked, when standing next to other horses, he was really, really easy. We did the vetting as well. We were there for the vetting. Everything went really smoothly. Then he was picked up by the transport company because I purchased him. I thought, okay, I think I can have a connection with this horse. There was a moment.
He did have something.
There was a moment in the outdoor when he was running around, and then he stopped and looked to us and came to us, and I was like, there's something here. There's something special, and he's a very special horse. So we took him home. We transported him from Spain. We took him home. And pretty much from the moment he got off the truck, I don't know how exactly he traveled. I wasn't there. A company traveled him for us. But from the moment he got off the truck, he was like a completely different horse, like a full switch. And we've seen this happen in a much, much smaller way when other stallions of ours have arrived, or when horses travel and when they're young and they come to a whole new place, they kind of become very outward, very reactive.
It's not nothing to travel for many days and then come to a new place. And
it's a big thing. It's absolutely a big deal. So, he came and he was rearing and he was doing a couple of different things. And I thought to myself, let's just give him some time. I was taken aback because I just didn't expect that. Of course, them coming in, being excited, having a scream, pulling on the halter, that's all very, very normal. But, he was rearing, doing other things, and I was like, this is interesting. I really didn't expect it from this horse. But we kind of said, okay, I'm sure he will settle in. I'm sure he will be fine. And he went on to find some comfort in the stables. And then you and I thought, okay, it's probably nice for him to go out and see everything and be out with the other horses and have some field time. So we brought him out to the field. We had to walk all of the fence lines to get to his field, so he absolutely saw that there was fences there. Before we released him, we were walking with him for a little bit in the field as well. And then, of course, that very famous moment, which a lot of you guys have seen because we were open and transparent and we shared it, is that we let him go. And he kind of ran to the fence line, then ran along the fence line, so he 100% knew it was there. And then he kind of just looked at the other horses and decided, well, the fence is not going to stop me, and just proceeded to go directly through the fence. Now, the scariest part of that whole ordeal was that then he broke in a second time through another fence and was inside a field with Jesse's horses, with Gaio, your show horse, and Macho, your stallion, Shetland show horse as well.
I was not afraid at all.
Oh my God, Macho was
He came back for round 2.
Yeah, Macho was ready to destroy him, to annihilate him. But it was very scary because at the time we were like, holy crap, how did it go south so quick, especially because the electricity is so strong on our fields. And I had seen what fields they had there in Spain, and they had these very, like thin wire fields as well. So I presumed that he had some experience with fences, especially being 3 years old. But that was probably my mistake, to assume things rather than to just like really...
I mean, he grew up there outside.
Yeah, he grew up outside, so I just thought, and also...
I think it was just everything, it was just overwhelming, and then he just...
And also it's completely not the character we knew the horse, because we'd been with him for 2 days, so it's like we never saw him in that heightened stage, where they're so stupid. So, but okay, that was a big learning curve for us. I decided to, of course, not put him out again. And I had to find a solution because...
You did do a lot of work then on the ground.
Yeah, I did. I contacted Tristan Tucker, and with a lot of the TRT work and his TRT method, I did like so much groundwork for like a week with him. But then I was thinking, this is a 3-year-old. He has to go out. He can't just like stay in. We need to figure something out, and we need to have like a safe environment. So I reached out to Christoph, who broke in Valero, and I said, is there any chance you could take him on? Because I know you have like post and rail fields, and you've got like, a secure arena, which we don't have at the moment.
But it's also here because of our other horses. Like every horse can make something can go wrong, and it's not a problem. It's just more here if he is really going to be doing these things. And then, for example, Andorra, my horse is outside in the field. Yeah, it can really end in a very big disaster.
We just didn't want to take the risk. Like all these horses that we've...
But I think this was a good idea.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, all these horses that we've loved and nurtured for all these years, we weren't going to jeopardize that for a new horse that had just arrived for our own egos. We weren't going to do that. So I brought him to Christoph's, and Christoph had him for like 4 or 5 months. And I just said to him, I said, listen, you don't have to start him or something. I said, we just need to do groundwork. And I just want him really comfortable in doing everything. And I want to see how settled down he gets. At the time, I had reached out to the owner and I said, hey, listen, this is really a completely different horse than what we saw. Because in the horse world, there's kind of this unspoken rule that there's a little bit of like a trial period when you buy a new horse, even though it depends also on what kind of contracts you have, but it's quite normal to have like a 2-week kind of trial period where if something really isn't going well with the horse, you can talk to the owner again and try and find a compromise. So I had already started the conversation because I wanted to keep him up to date, also what was going on with him. Torino was healthy, he didn't hurt himself at all with going through the fence. We were very lucky. Actually, that's a true testament to the Chevaldo fencing and the ones we did that he went through twice and barely had a scratch on him. Didn't skip a beat. But Christoph had him for several months, and I went up there and I was talking to Christoph and we were monitoring the situation, and we were just seeing that this extreme behavior and stallionness and kicking out when other horses were coming past. And, it was very tough. It was very difficult. It wasn't getting better. And of course, in the meantime, life doesn't stop. And whilst all of that was happening, we had every single possible thing go wrong with our horses in the meantime. So there was the ongoing injury of Andorra, who was on full stable rest. We had King going in for 2 surgeries, also being on stable rest. We had Enzo rushed to the emergency room. We thought he was going to die. We had Chase being paralyzed by a kick in the front leg. We had Antares fully lame from a really, really deep abscess in his hoof, which nobody could see because it was so deep and so high up. It ended up bursting through the cornet band, luckily. Macho had injured himself on a muscle injury, just out in the field playing.
Gaio too.
Gaio had a very, very intense, I don't know how much you want to say about it, but he had...
It's a secret, it's all on my video.
Oh, he had this extreme, was it like a bacterial infection or what was it?
We don't really know what it is, but a lot with his legs. And Beer had something at one point, and Penny.
Oh, and then our dog Penny had for 3 months eye issues.
Well, we spoke about it.
You guys know about all that. So, but what I'm trying to get to is I'm trying to let you understand my headspace. And I was really kind of, to be honest, beaten down by life when it came to all these things, aside from the biggest factor of Emporio passing as well. And everything just kept going wrong. And then I was talking to Christoph, I was trying to find solutions. You know, I'd had him there in training for 5-6 months. And then I was like, I'm just not seeing a road to like how we're going to be able to manage this, because he wasn't getting easier. We are still not able to get our fencing changed because there's like a sequence of events and timelines that we have to follow. And then I didn't have an alternative on what to do. And I was scared that if I gelded him, because the behavior was so extreme, I was quite scared that the behavior was too far learned. That if I gelded him, you know, if the behavior didn't go, we would have a huge issue. I mean, we couldn't manage him at all.
But it's also a bit tricky, I think, if you want to look for the long run for a good solution, because sometimes it is very difficult, but sometimes the place is just not the right place or at the right time or whatever. But if you geld him, there's also no, like, it's not very easy to bring him, like...
No, I mean, I knew that also that if I gelded him, there was no possibility of bringing him back to his owner as well. The owner was very nice from the beginning. He said, listen, I'm sorry that things haven't worked out and that he's like this. You're welcome to bring him back and we can swap him with another horse that I have. Now, that's like the last thing I wanted to do, because like you and I are not horse dealers. Like that's not what we do. This is absolutely not what we do. We try and buy horses to keep for life. We try and always go into it thinking of a very, very long-term happy partnership.
And I think in the other moments where they don't stay, it's always to go to another really, really good, happy life.
Yeah, yeah. So it was really tough because, and like the money's the least of it. There was a lot of money obviously that went into this whole thing, but that's like the least of it. The most important thing was, how do we keep our horses at home safe, the people that work for us safe, and how are we able to manage what is already like a losing battle? Because really it just like was so defeating and so upsetting, everything that happened to our horses. So I just made the decision eventually that I just couldn't handle it. I just couldn't, like, everything is too fresh. All the stress that we've had, all the things that went wrong, the passing of Emporio, I just can't take one more problem. Like, I just can't. And I really wish the tables and the situation was different and I was in a different position, but I made the decision to bring Torino back to his owner, which was not absolutely an easy decision to make. It's not that I had him for 2 weeks and gave up. You know, we really gave it 6 months.
Oh, but you have done more than anybody I know has done in the past, I think. And luckily, most of you are very understanding, but before there's somebody behind their computer screen and has a very easy, quick opinion.
Yeah.
I've seen it from my side, and you were really, really excited about this horse. You really had a bit of hope with this horse. You just, I don't know, you just kind of went for it. And then, of course, everything wasn't so easy, but you still stayed positive. You gave him all the opportunities. You put all the effort, everything in that you could, like really a lot and for a very long time. And then eventually, okay, this was the decision, but only a decision because it was the best decision.
Yeah.
But it's not like something like easy that you're happy about it.
Yeah.
But it is still how the situation went, and you definitely, I think, did the right thing, even though it's not easy. But
yeah, and I wanted to be quite, because this might come a little bit out of left field because you guys saw him obviously going through the fence, but I didn't share anything else that was going on behind the closed doors and like what he was really like. But there was a lot of very dangerous behaviors he had, and out of respect for the fact that maybe he would go back to his current owner, I didn't want to show it because, well, I didn't want to like taint this horse's future, because it could be that he goes back to Spain and he's incredibly happy in his own environment where it worked, but with us he was dangerous and it just wasn't going to work. And I saw a lot of you guys, of course I did a full vet check when I bought him. Like, we were there, we didn't see anything strange. A lot of you guys are saying, you know, maybe the owner did something, blah, blah, blah. I don't know that. So I'm not going to say that that happened because I have zero evidence to show that. I mean, we were very confused by how there can be such a change in a horse. But I can't put it down to anything that someone did. And I was very grateful to the fact that the owner was like willing to think with us and, you know, be able to swap him out. So that's what I did. We brought him back. I flew back to Spain. He's there. He's comfortable. He's happy. And we have taken on another horse instead.
But it is a shame, and I'm really sorry for you, because you were very excited, just to say that.
And we tried really everything. We really tried our best. The only thing that we had left was the castration, but that was a very permanent thing to do, and I knew there was no way back from that if we had done it. And I remember from like when we castrated Antares, because he was quite a violent stallion. Still nowhere near this, but he was quite violent. It took a very long time for that to balance out. It's not that in 1 week.
It was really quick.
But he was great always. He was fantastic. So there was nothing to fix. I just did it hoping that in his retirement he could be in a field with other horses. Sadly, he never got that opportunity. But it's not that you geld them and it's like a one month fix. That's not how it works. And we needed a plan, because also Christoph's place isn't just like somewhere where you can pop your horse for 2 years. So in the end, to be honest, I just couldn't take more. Like,
and I think you
my
also
cup
have to
was
think
full.
of your own emotions.
Yeah.
No? And the horse. And you have taken all of it into account.
Yeah.
And I think it is sad, but it is how it went.
Yeah. And hopefully with this new horse coming, there's going to be another opportunity. In my perfect world, I would have just loved to give him back and like not have gotten another horse in return, because as I said, I'm so overwhelmed, and just like with this whole situation, I just
don't want
needed
to have
some
a horse.
space.
You just have a horse.
Well, that's not how we are. We don't just take a horse for the sake of taking a horse. If that was the case, it wouldn't take me 2 years to find a horse. We really try and find something special that we connect with and that we see a future with. But we're trying to make the best of the situation that we have, and we have a horse arriving that's very exciting and seems very sweet and very nice. So you guys are going to be seeing his arrival soon.
It's also not just the horse.
No, it's not just the horse, but we will go into that a little bit more actually when he's here. But yeah, that is what's happened with Torino. He is now back with his owner, and he's lived at that place since he was 6 months old. He's back there and he's doing well. He's doing fine. So yeah, I don't know what his behavior is like now. I'm obviously not there.
Maybe he was homesick.
Maybe he wanted Spain. I don't know. Big thank you to Christoph. They did such an amazing job there. They really tried everything possible. But yeah, it just wasn't going to work out. And the reason why I have stallions also is because I want to breed them. I want to offer reliable, trustworthy, healthy stallions for people to breed with who love PRE horses, because it's very difficult to find quality PRE horses where people are transparent and you know what you're breeding from. And that's also the intention that I got him for, which makes absolutely zero sense if he's going to be a gelding. That doesn't make any sense. But to be honest, that's like the smallest issue out of the whole thing. But as a whole, I think that was the right thing to do, and I feel very confident about that. And there's people that are going to maybe not necessarily agree with that, but I think if you put yourself in my shoes, you might be able to see why at least I made that decision.
It's...
Yeah. So that's what happened. And I appreciate you all letting me have the space to figure that out, because there was obviously all of you guys were like, we want updates, what's going on with him, and I just didn't want to put the pressure on having to say anything. I just wanted to wait until I knew what was going on, and I wanted to afford...
There was no answer.
No, there was no answer, and I wanted to afford him the time also to figure it out. Maybe he was going to come around, and settle down, and some of these behaviors to leave. But yeah, and I am grateful to the owner who allowed us to do the swap, because some people would have said, tough luck. So I'm actually, all in all, we found a solution that we're all happy with.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the closing of that chapter and the starting of another one. Now, because this new horse that's arriving, we don't know exactly, we hadn't really envisioned for this horse to arrive. We're going to see what happens, if he's going to be a horse that will stay with us or not. I am not in the mindset of just settling for a partnership and a horse that I don't have a connection with or a click with. But of course, we would only sell a horse, just like when I had my sales table, we would only sell to a 5-star home. But I think I've been telling myself also just take it day by day, and we're just going to go day by day when he arrives, and just make sure he's happy, settled, healthy. We'll start training him, and just see how it goes. And then, yeah, nobody knows the future. So that's that update. Is there anything else?
Time to move on.
Is there anything else you'd like to add to that, or?
I think we can start with the questions.
As always, I took questions from Instagram. I asked you guys what you wanted to hear about. I already gave you the disclosure I was going to talk about Torino, even though I still got like half the questions about Torino. But hopefully that answered all the questions that you had. I picked questions, as I always do, at random, and we're just going to be kind of like talking about them and continuing on with them. I'm like, how do I move on from this conversation?
Well done. I hope you feel also relieved.
Yeah.
But I always jump back. When we finish conversations, also when I talk to other people, then everybody's ready to go. And then I'm like, so how's your grandma actually? Is she better?
You love doing that when we're like saying bye. We're like, bye everyone, bye, bye, bye. And then Jess is like, so tell me about that time that you were really upset. So tell me in detail, just really tell me about that time. And it's like, it's really funny. It happens a lot actually.
Okay.
You don't like to stop things or like end things. Actually, that reminds me, I have like a slight, not phobia, but I hate saying hello to people because like, especially in the Netherlands, like, do they go for a handshake? Do they go for a hug? Do they go for like, are they gonna dap me up, which I hate? Are they gonna, are they gonna dap me up?
Oh, is that like this?
Yeah,
oh, no.
Hate that.
I always just say what I'm gonna do if I go to somebody.
Well, that's what I'm starting to do now. So like, I'll see someone, I'm like, oh, let me give you a kiss. Let me give you a hug.
Let me give you 3 kisses.
3. And we're starting from this side. And 3 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. But I have that. I hate saying hello first. So I always say to you also, I'm like, say hello first. Because then I see what they do with you and then I'll just copy that. And you don't like saying goodbye. Right. Okay, first question. This is a real change of pace. How are the fish? Have you seen them yet?
I have not, but you have yesterday.
I have. I took a video for you guys because I wanted to show you and I wanted to show you as well.
At one point I was a little bit scared because the water got a little bit low because it was so dry. But then now, luckily, we had some rain again. So I thought, oh no. But I mean, we could have always
put a hose in it if we really needed to.
Oh, no, of course, but
yeah. But
you saw 7?
I think 7 or 8 in like. I haven't seen the ones at the back pond close by the willow, but the first pond closest to the house.
I mean, that one has to be cleaned first.
Yeah, there's still a lot of algae. I know you guys are asking, but I think we might see the benefits of them starting from next year where they can keep up with the algae more.
I think they will be able to keep up.
Well, I'm hopeful, but I will show you guys the video because it was actually I was shocked. Oh, speaking of shocked, it's been like pheasant galore here. I'm seeing pheasants left, right, and center on our property, on the outskirts of our property. They're everywhere at the moment, which is really fun. Next question. Please do a rundown of all the horse names and ages. I got a lot of questions about this because I think you guys are getting overwhelmed and you're not sure about like all the horses at the moment. So I thought that this would be good to like run through your and my horses. Maybe you can start.
Andres is 12. And I think he's around.
Wait, 12 or 13?
12.
13 this year.
Well, at the end of the year.
Okay, 13.
I don't tell you, you're already 30.
Well, that's because I turned 30 next year.
Yeah, okay. Am I
exactly.
31? Am I 31?
Yes!
No, I'm not. I don't like when people do that with horses. So he is 12, and I think he's around 158 centimeters.
Just given him 1 extra centimeter.
And Gaio, I'm not sure how tall he is. Maybe
165.
163,
no, he's 165.
And he is...
what, 11?
15?
Oh, 15?
14 or 15.
Bloody
Wait, 2011, then you're 15.
Yeah, 15.
Gosh, that goes quick. Then Macho is 16. I don't know, 95 centimeters. Andorra is 147 centimeters. And then she is 31.
Kato? Your new one? New pony? New pony alert!
Yeah, Kato is 4 years old. And she is just around a meter, a bit over.
Over a meter?
I think.
Okay. Wait, have you missed a horse? No. No. Then I have Valero, Pieri Stallion, 4-year-old, 174. Just measured him again. He's gained a centimeter. I have King. He's 176.
King.
I think I need to double check. 176 or 177. He's a 5-year-old.
Oh, no.
Irish draft.
Not that tall.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I have... this is we always forget how old Bear is.
Also 2011.
Yeah, really? So 15. Okay, we have Bear, who's 15. He's my American miniature pony. I have Chase, who's 18, who's 180 centimeters. And Bear is smaller than all of them. He's the smallest. He's 85, maybe? Something like that.
And Enzo?
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, Enzo. Enzo's a year and a quarter, something like that. A year and 3-4 months. And he's around 150 probably at the moment. We're hoping he's going to get to 170, but we won't know. We won't know. Okay, next question. Jesse often shows his frugal side, but has he
frugal?
Like you don't like to spend a lot of money. But has he got any secret spending habits? Do you?
Stock.
Because that for the company
web shop.
Oh right, yeah. No, well, I mean that doesn't count, obviously. But do you spend money on anything, like a little bit more?
I think just groceries I buy.
You're just frugal all over.
I don't think I spend a lot.
Oh no, I know. On gifts.
Gifts?
You're always very giving with gifts. Like, you always spend a lot of money on gifts.
No.
Yeah, especially for me. Very sweet.
I don't know, but I think I don't. I mean, sometimes I buy things. But nothing crazy, I don't think.
No. No, you don't really spend. Me? I mean, where do we begin? Next question. Are you going to do shows with Kato? Kato being the new pony.
Yeah, so Kato is the new pony and she has a foal now, so I am not doing so much with her. I mean, I go to her every day, spend some time with her. Every now and then I play with her and do some tricks already, and actually she's really into it. Like, she gets so excited that she just offers so much.
She's very sweet.
So she really likes it, I think. So I hope definitely that is the goal, that she will also be coming. But of course, first I have to see how everything will go and the breeding and everything, but I hope in the future she will definitely come.
She doesn't seem like a spooky type, which is a good foundation for these kind of shows, because there's so much going on when especially if you do the big ones with, you know, spotlights, big thousands of crowds, thousands of people.
But I do think, because I don't only do the big shows, I also do like demonstrations and like more clinic kind of things.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It is a really good way of getting the horses used to
the
atmosphere.
Yeah,
and then also
helps.
if there is some more like other things happening, then you can talk about it and work through. But yes, I hope so.
Next question, speaking of Bear, what are you doing with Bear these days? Would Jesse ever use him for shows? So at the moment he gets lunged like 3-4 times a week, and he's on full...
No, more than that.
Maybe 5 times a week, and he's on full like friend duty. So he's like keeping Andorra company, and then he's like keeping the other group company, and...
Actually, he is now with Macho and Gaio, because the other ones went on the field with more grass, which is too much for Bear. And then Macho was quite intense with him in the beginning, and Gaio just really protected him.
Yeah.
So Gaio just had Bear like with him, and Macho wasn't really allowed to come with Bear.
It was really sweet to see, actually.
Yeah. But I hope...
He claimed him, he like imprinted on him.
Yeah, that's funny. But I hope that in the future maybe he will come again, but he needs to get into shape a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think it will be nice once we start doing the carriage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be fun, actually.
Also, he always really liked it, I think, with his old owner.
And would Jesse ever use him for shows?
I hope so. I mean, he has come a few times.
He's very cute.
Yes.
Like, he's very sweet.
You also brought him once.
I did once. I don't really do shows. I got some questions. I didn't put them in here, but I got questions of like, oh, Matt, would you ever do what Jesse does? And I just don't really have like an interest point for it, so I wouldn't.
I mean, I always really liked it once I started in and also saw these videos, and then it was like a dream.
Yeah, I just don't have that, which is okay. Like, I see you doing it and I'm very impressed, but I don't think, oh, I want to do that too. I don't think that. No. And for a while, clients saw what you did and they saw that we did a lot of things together, so they were like, Matt, can you come do a show? And I was like, do a show of what? Like, I'm only going to do something if it's going to add value, so I would do like a dressage thing or like something relating to what I actually do, but yeah.
But I think for you, at least, if you go to an event and you bring your horse and you have like a fun topic, I think it can be fun, because I think once you do it, you kind of
But I'm not like a Liberty trick trainer.
No, but you can.
So I wouldn't do that.
No.
There's people that could do that far better than me.
You can just do riding and fun things.
Maybe.
But we'll see. Maybe something together one day. You did that actually when I organized the event with Alizé.
Oh yeah, then I was happy to do it. But I really like Alizé and I like training with her too, so that was quite nice to be able to take part in that way. But that was more of a clinic.
Yeah, something like that.
That I like. That I don't mind at all. What did the old owners think of the property renovations? Because I had told them that the old owners of the property were going to come for like a really big tour with the whole family of like, how did that go?
Really good. They're always very sweet. One of the daughters and the woman that used to live here come a bit more often already.
Quite often.
The rest of the family hadn't been here for a while.
2 years. Yeah. We showed them everything. We started kind of the tour from the house, and then or the outside, well, doesn't matter.
And they all said it still feels the same.
Yeah. So we kind of just showed them everything, and and you're always a bit apprehensive when, you know, for a lot of these people, they grew up here and it's nostalgic to see everything that reminds them of it. And I was like, oh, maybe they're going to think it's too different now, and or that we spoiled it.
In here.
Yeah, one of the granddaughters of the owners was married here, and you know, there was a lot of big life events for them here, and I just hoped that we had honored the space and that they would be happy for what we did to the place. And they were very encouraging, very sweet. They're
really nice people.
Just really lovely people. Yeah. And also just they kept asking questions, and then and we said we need to do this more often. We need to have like a 6-monthly thing where we just like do the next lot of updates. Can't wait to see the updates either myself. But yeah, it was really nice actually. It was really, really nice. I was wondering why 𝒔𝒐𝒍𝒐𝒘 is breeding Kato immediately and not next year or later.
Good question. I think for me, I already wanted to do it last year. So that of course didn't happen. So then you're already a year further. And you need to think that a horse is pregnant for at least normally around 11 months. So it's another year. Sometimes I would prefer maybe also to wait a year and do some things with your horse. But I just don't want to risk anything. You never know with horses. Macho is healthy and doing really well. But okay, he is 16, you never know what can happen. Yeah. So I don't want to wait too long. And also I would like after to really be able to work with Kato and also really focus on just working together instead of working with her now. Then a year we can't really do much. And then it's a bit like awkward. Plus the fall also, it would just take a long time to wait another year. And if this year doesn't happen, because we don't even know if it's going to be a successful try, then we can do next year.
Yeah, because you're not like forcing the mare to get pregnant. You're just going to see if it happens.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush. Like if it doesn't happen this year, then it was not meant to be and it's okay. And if it happens, then I'll be happy to have the baby next year, hopefully. Kind of open-minded, but I would be very lucky if it would happen for next year.
Yeah, that would be really nice. I wonder what a little Macho and little Kato would look like when it comes out. It would be very cute. And the interesting thing about her is that because she carries a lot of different colors in her blood and so does Macho, you kind of don't know what you're going to get. It's like a really big surprise.
We'll see.
Yeah. Can we get a trail ride vlog with Valero and 𝒔𝒐𝒍𝒐𝒘 on one of his? I was thinking about doing something like that. If you guys would like to see like a trail ride vlog of us, let me know. I can definitely put that in one of the coming vlogs. I've been doing so many trail rides with Valero, both with you and alone, and he's like impeccable. He's been so good. He's just sure of himself. And, oh my God, there was one thing that really annoyed me the other day. I'm going to tell the story again. But I was riding alone, mind you, on a 4-year-old stallion. And on the roads behind our house, there's like really big roads in the forest. And there's a road that's for like cars, vehicles. And then there's like a dedicated cycling lane. And
in the Netherlands, there are cyclists.
Yeah, exactly. And I was on Valero and I saw 2 bicycles in the distance. One of them was on the cycling lane and one of them was on the road. Now, 2 very old people. The lady on the cycling lane, the man, obviously, of course it always has to be a man. The man was on the road and they were very fine. I was like, oh, surely he's going to like pop on the cycling lane because the road's not that wide. So then he would literally have to cross like in touching distance from my horse. So then I was like, surely he's going to like go on the cycling lane. Anyway, I wait, nothing. He's just driving to like cross me like this. So then I just I'm like, okay, surely he'll get the hint. So I move Valero to be on his side of the road. And what does he do? He just goes on the other side of the road. So I just follow. I go on the other side of the road. We do this like 3 or 4 times until the man is like right in front of me. And then
is he standing still then? Or
no, he's going very slow. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I put my foot down because I was very annoyed, and I was like, this is going to end really badly because I didn't know how close with a bicycle you can go on 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒐𝒘. So what I did was, if the road's like this and 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒐𝒘's like this, I just halted him like this. So I was taking up the whole road because I was like, this old man's going to get his face kicked in. And I was like, if he's at least approaching 𝒋𝒍𝒐𝒍𝒐𝒃 from the front, like, he's going to have to move. So what does this man do? He like goes super slow and just like dips between the path of the bicycle and the road. He just goes there and swishes past him. And in Dutch, I told him, I said, it's a young horse. Be careful of the horse. You shouldn't be on this side of the road. And the man, who must have been in his 80s, all I heard was, "Ah!" That's it.
You remember when we were with 3 horses, one here, and they go and like zigzag through it as well.
Oh yeah, we were like,
she's either very brave or a little bit silly.
We were on a group trail ride, and this girl from behind us comes up in a bike, and she like zigzags through the horses rather than just going on the cycling path that's right there.
But you know what I think we should do? At least I already wanted to do this in the past, like take you to a few places that we can go for riding with the horses, even if it's like a little like night over there or just one day, and we can do those trips.
Yeah, that would be really fun. Something like that would be really fun. But it does make me like incredibly frustrated when these things happen. It takes 1 second for someone to get killed by a horse's kick. And like some people just want to like, because I had nowhere to go. I was like, either I hit him or I hit his wife. And then I thought, I'll hit you because at least your wife is in the right lane. But I will say they were both wearing helmets, and Dutch people never wear a helmet when they're wearing a bike, so they were probably German.
Okay.
Anyway, we will not say more than that. Next question. Why are you so opposed to paddock paradises? I wanted to talk further about this because
Sorry, I wanted to put the cup down.
You are dramatic, aren't you? You okay? You composed yourself again?
I'm not from the UK, no.
Why am I so opposed to paddock paradises? 2 things. I always talk about paddock paradises when it comes to our place. You know, when we're on 40 acres, we don't necessarily have a need for a paddock paradise. The first reason why I don't love them is because they don't belong in the natural landscape. You know, it's almost like you're creating these sand dunes.
But I do really think it really depends how, because I've seen really beautiful ones that I was like, okay, this is so nice. Like your horse can graze, they have water, they live together, they walk around. It's not just these pathways like...
Well, a lot of the times that's how it is.
Like the real, like...
Yeah, but you're talking about the exceptions. I'm talking about the majority of them. The majority of paddock paradises have no irrigation under the footing, so in winter they're just a mud fest, like a complete mud fest. In the summer, the horses are on the sand, which is extremely hot as well, and dusty, and deep. And when I go to like, you guys know me, I really like Ava. She has a paddock paradise. But I was telling her the other day, I was like, we should really put like a tracker on one of your horses and on one of my horses, because she has multiple feeding spots along her track system, which is quite big. But her horses just stand still eating, and our horses are walking all day on the grass. So because some people are like, no, it's better for movement, but I'm like, but our horses are non-stop moving the whole day.
Why don't you do that?
Yeah, I do. I think I'm going to do that. I would be really interested to see on which one's getting more movement. So yeah, 2 reasons. I think they don't really belong in the natural landscape. It's not even allowed to do that on our property. Should we want to? It's not allowed. And secondly, there's a lot of disadvantages unless you're willing to put a lot of money into it as well to set it up properly. And with how we have horses with stallions and stuff, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So yeah. That's just a little bit, and I like the possibility of like having an area where we can bring them in. They have their individual space. We can train them. You know, if we have an injury, we can box rest them if we have to. It just feels like, and we have our horses out all the time, so it's not that we want to put them in a box, but it's just nice to have the choice.
Most of them are still out 24/7.
Yeah, it's just nice to have the choice. It's just my own personal preference, I would say. I have seen some very beautiful ones and that work really nicely, but I think if you have the luxury of having the space, that's what I prefer. It's just letting them be on pasture in a nice group. I got some questions about the house painting. The question is, if you could pick any color for the outside of the house, what would it be? Because I told you guys in a vlog that we had repainted the front door, which looked amazing, but we have like a narrow color palette that we're allowed to use on our house because it's an old building. We have to respect, you know, like the colors that were originally used on the property.
I think first we weren't 100%.
It's like a buttercup yellow, our house. It's like, it can appear white, but it's definitely more of a creamy butter yellow.
But I like it.
I love it. At first I thought, I can't wait to paint that house white. But now I love it because the yellow is soft in nature. It's not this crisp, stark thing that in the sunlight, it's like you have to like glare and look away. It feels really nice. I love the yellow, so I wouldn't change a thing. I love the color tone that it is, and we are gonna at some point.
I like the brick from the other part of the house too. A lot.
Yeah, we get like the best of both worlds. And at some point, we will obviously be repainting the whole house, but we are just gonna use the existing colors. Next question: how fast have you pushed the black bullet on the open road? Tell the truth. Do you let Jesper drive it? So this is about my new car. Well, it's not that new. I've had it for like over a year now.
Black bullet.
Black bullet.
Or is that what the car
new
is
car.
called?
Well, I think that's what these people are saying it. Actually, I'm somewhat of a sensible driver.
I drove it back.
I think the fastest I've driven it is in Germany on the Autobahns, and I think like 250 kilometers an hour, but it can go more, but I think that's like a safe, like there's no need to go, there's no need to go fast enough. That's more than fast enough. Will you be able to go mock fox hunting this upcoming season? Yeah, like fake hunting. No. Well, that's the goal. I'm doing everything I can in my power to make this hunting season. I have just this week started riding King again.
Very exciting again.
Yeah, I got on and I was a little bit like, because we've obviously put so much work into him, but I haven't been riding, so he was a little bit stiff, a little bit lazy, and I was like, gosh, there is a lot of work left to go. But actually, when I woke up this morning, I was like, I'm gonna ride him early. I was like motivated, and I was like, I'm excited to make a change and to train him and to bring him on.
You will be surprised.
I think so too. He was already much better today, actually.
Just like it takes some time. I mean, I'm already stiff and needle let along if you don't do anything for so long.
Yeah, no, of course. I fully get it. It's more that, like, you know, when you put like so much work into a horse, because I've done a lot with him to make sure that he's happy and healthy and where he's at now, and you get on and you think, I don't feel the work. Yeah. But of course, the work was something else. The fact that I could sit on him again was a testament to the work. But I'm very excited. So I hope he will make the season. I don't think I'm gonna like start him at the exact start of the season.
You're not gonna rush.
No, I'm not gonna rush. I'm gonna wait for the vets to give me the all clear, and then I want to do a little bit of cross-country training first, and then we will make our way.
And maybe what you already were saying, that you do like part of one hunt. You don't have to do like full round. You can also, after the first or second stop, you can. Yeah, the hunt's divided into 3. I could choose to do just part 1 or up until part 2 and like break it up so I can build them up slowly. But the annoying thing is, like, in October, the first hunts happen, the unofficial ones, and those are the really nice ones because you use them more as training. So maybe I can join on some of the training ones if he's ready. I mean, instead of August and September, it's like 60 days.
And it's almost been 6 months since his first surgery.
But you'll see.
5 months. Yeah. So it's already been quite some time. We will see.
I will come and watch.
Cute. Well, maybe you can rent a horse, or maybe you'll have another horse. How did you handle the heat with Chase in Australia? I was thinking about that when we had this heat wave. I really have no idea, and I had people asking me as well. They were like, "How did you do it?" I don't know. I think you don't know any better. But now that I am here, I'm like, I could never do it again. That hot. Also, going to shows when it's like nearly 40 degrees, because shows in Australia get cancelled when it's over 40. It's nuts.
You're not even allowed to drive when it's 30?
34 or something? I don't know.
30, which is good.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I don't know if I could do it again. I mean, you make do, and we're set up differently over there.
Do you remember that he was sweating like even standing? Or did he go in?
Yes, but only on like extremely hot days, not 30s, like 40s.
I don't know how he's dealing with this weather, to be honest. I don't see any.
He's pretty good. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. How many bedrooms are upstairs? Will you be showing the reno of those? I think if we're comfortable at some point, we will show some things. We have 5 bedrooms upstairs. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, 5. But yeah, maybe at some point when we feel ready and then when we're going to tackle them, we will share them. I think it will be fun. For now,
nothing has been done.
Nothing has been done, no.
Only one time a new shower curtain.
Yeah, woohoo. Yeah, that was a real changer. Would you ever rent stables in your property for exterior horse owners? So for like clients?
Preferably not.
No, that's not the.
I mean, I can say a harsh no, but you never know how life goes. But no.
I'll say it. No. Would you ever try to put the stallions in a group with a gelding or two? I mean, with Macho, for instance, who is a stallion, he is in a field with other horses. That works out quite well. But of course, we always say that if Macho was 175 centimeters, he would have killed someone. So I think
then he would be castrated.
Yeah.
Personally, I think at least for me, if my stallion can't be with another horse, I don't think I will keep it a stallion. But it kind of depends also how you do it.
Shots fired.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying now. Maybe if I'm in a situation, I would make a different choice, because even Andres, when he was a stallion, yeah, he was still with Macho. He was not alone. I do think Valero, for example, could maybe be with a pony.
You're so wrong about that. Jesse told me that the other day. He's like, I think we could put Valero with someone.
Because when I socialize him here, he is really good. And what you can do either if it was with a pony, you can make a fence and the pony can always leave. But of course, pony is not smaller, so that's not always safe.
I would be very scared
to do that. So it's not always a good idea, and it's definitely not for every stallion. But I think personally, for me, that would be the goal.
I hear you. I don't know if I would do that. Of course, like we had with Etro, who I had, and he was a stallion, I was sure we could put him with another horse. We never got the opportunity because we weren't at our own property, so that wasn't possible. But I was very certain that he could easily go with another horse because he was so easygoing. But a horse like Valero, who's so big, I would be very scared that he would seriously hurt another horse.
But you would slowly build it up and see if it works. But what I do like with him, he's not that he's alone. Like he is with our stables, for example, they can really talk. Like he's so close with King.
And he's got horses all around him in the fields.
Even when Gaio is next to him, like he really talks with Gaio. He's really good with everybody, with Andres before I ride.
I ride side by side next to you on a trail.
Then you can really have them nose to nose.
Yeah.
So that is already nice, but that's why I'm saying maybe with some time it would be an option.
Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult, but it's the same with some mares. Some mares really can't be with other, like some of them, it just depends. It's like a case-by-case thing, but I will say it's not just an easy thing to put a stallion in with a herd.
You have to be very careful.
Yeah, it's not something that just anyone can do with any kind of stallion. It takes a certain kind of stallion and a certain kind of herd to let that happen.
I really hope that Enzo, because now he's with the others already, that he can grow up in this way. But then there's you. Let's put them all together. Well, let's put Macho with another stallion and then Gaio. That is not the easiest.
Yeah, but the thing is that Enzo's still submissive.
Now, but it is the point that he will stay in a group, hopefully, as a stallion.
But he would have no issues with Gaio and also with Macho. He would have no issues. No. The issues might come from Chase and Macho.
I'm not sure.
Because that would be dominance overload. Okay, next question. You've been absent lately. We miss you. Any reason in particular? This is what I want to talk about, the antibiotics. Well, I had a couple less videos come out this month, and it's because I was, at the start of the month, I wasn't feeling well, which like threw me off for a couple of days, which is really not like me. It threw me off. I was like really tired and feeling not well. I ended up going to the doctor. We started doing like a bunch of blood tests and all sorts of other things to see what was going on because my symptoms were not normal. And then I was looking down at my leg when I was actually at Cateau visiting her, and I was like, what is that on my leg? And there was like this giant...
And I said, that's a tick. Wow, how long do you want to make it?
Well, I hadn't gotten there yet.
You said I see
I was building them up.
Yeah, what else do you want to say? It's a tick bite.
Anyway, I had this giant rash on my leg, and I remembered that I'd pulled a tick. See, that's the moment I would have told him that it was a tick.
Right.
I pulled a tick from that spot. And then I went to the doctor, obviously, because it's quite serious if you have a tick bite. That's like this. And then she said, you have an infection from the tick bite, which, of course, becomes...
I won't put anything Lyme.
Which, of course, can turn into Lyme if it's untreated, which is quite serious. So I'm now on antibiotics for treating the tick infection. But that's why this month has been a little slower, because I just wasn't really feeling the best, and I'm still not really feeling the best.
You can't even be in the sun.
Yeah,
so the filming gets a bit tricky, doesn't it?
If I'm more than 5, because they told me a side effect, or they said don't be in the sun, period, if you're on this antibiotic. And I was like, this Mediterranean skin can handle anything. You Dutch people don't know what you're talking about. So I just went about my day. I was mowing. Within 5 minutes of mowing, just 5 minutes of being outside, I was fully burnt, like fully burnt. So now I'm taking it much more seriously, but we're having the most splendid weather ever. So it actually really minimizes what I can and cannot do. But I'm feeling okay, and the rash is going. And she also said that at this stage in the game, quite easy to treat. So like I shouldn't be too worried or something. She said 2 weeks of antibiotics and it will be fine. Next question, when will we see the charming Marlies again? I've actually been meaning to. God bless Marlies. They're such lovely people. Marlies' husband like texted you the other day about like the video with Enzo.
Yeah.
They're just such lovely people. But I'm hoping to try and visit her soon. We've been trying to like get this barbecue.
You should do an update there on the forest.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because I had floated the idea with her. I said, I'd love to visit you and give everybody like their dose of Marlies and give a little update on the falls. So I think I still would like to do that. So yeah, more to come on that. You will hopefully be seeing Marlies on the channel very, very soon. Where is your most peaceful space on your property? Do you have a peaceful space on the property?
I think there's different moments and different spaces. Like the couch is quite nice.
The couch? No, I think they.
No, I like outside. In the back of the fields, because they're very close to the forest. It's always nice and peaceful and quiet there, like in the fields. Yeah. With those Christmas trees, I also like it. I like being here in the stable too. I think the stable is very nice.
I think that's one of my.
And actually the vegetable garden too.
Really? Ah, cute. I think that's my favorite spot, is at the back, close to the forest, looking back at the whole property, because you see all the fields, you see the house in the very distance.
You see the house is nice.
Yeah, yeah, but definitely at the back of the property, there's a different energy. It's very much like you're surrounded in nature, and it's quiet, and yeah. Are you ever worried about Jesse getting hurt from the Liberty riding? Yes, I am. I get very worried during your shows. Like, I can't look at the shows. I get very stressed. I'm like a full dance mom on the sideline. But I remember this one time, I think it was like 1 or 2 years into knowing you, and you just jumped on Andorra when she was like in that sand paddock. Do you remember? At like
the arena, yeah.
And she went nuts. You were on her back without anything. No neck rope, no nothing, no saddle, nothing. I don't even think you had shoes on. I think you were barefoot. No helmet, mind you. And she was going nuts. She was bolting, and Andorra's very fast.
But she was just having fun.
Yeah, and you were just like sitting there, laughing, like having a great old time. She was like bolting, bucking, galloping, like going crazy.
I'm not sure she was bucking.
And you were just happy, and I just thought, if he can survive this, it's probably going to take a lot for this guy to fall off. I was very impressed. Still am.
Have you ever seen me fall? No, I don't think so.
No. Have you ever seen me fall?
Yes.
When?
Annie.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do what Jesse did. She bolted.
It was so funny with the hair. But you were also, I think, on a halter or neck rope.
I was on neck rope. Thank you very much.
But I think we've told this story already, maybe. But you were trotting, and I said, just don't go into canter. And canter, he went.
No, I went into gallop. I went to flat out gallop, not out of my own choice, of course, but it's because Annie still didn't understand and still doesn't understand pressure release. She bolted, galloping, bolted, turned left at the end of the arena, and I just kept going straight. Yeah. If you would want to get another tattoo, what and where would it be?
Don't really have any plans, but I always said maybe for Andorra something, and I always like it here, like something really? Small.
On your ribs?
Yeah, only I don't think I have per se the body for it, but I don't know, maybe something. But for now I have nothing in the...
We have 2 small tattoos. Well, we have 1 tattoo each, but I don't know if I would want to get another tattoo. I don't think so. I don't feel a need for it. I remember when I got this tattoo, I was like, oh, I kind of want another one.
Do you regret it?
No, of course not. No, of course I don't regret it. But at the time I was like, oh, I want another one. And I think I would have done something similar. I would never have done the arms or something, and I was always very conscious with tattoos about like hiding them from my modeling and stuff. But yeah, I don't feel like I want another tattoo. No.
We'll see. Maybe something happens. You never know. Oh, that's it.
That's the last question.
Okay. No tattoo, no more question.
That's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being understanding.
Thank you for being unstable.
Thank you for being unstable. I'm very excited about my trip to Dublin that's happening. I'm leaving actually in a couple days to go to Dublin horse show. That should be really fun. Obviously, I'm vlogging it, bringing you guys with us. You're not joining me on that one. Unfortunately, you have to hold down the fort and you've got some of your own commitments, which I, of course, fully understand. But you did promise me, should there be another trip, you would come.
No, I said that I maybe come when you are looking for a horse or something.
So what's the difference between what I just said?
Well, it's not that I directly say yes to the next upcoming trip.
Yes.
It depends if I can do it.
Yes, you will say yes.
I don't know if I have time then.
Oh, you'll make time. Well, thank you guys all very much for watching. We appreciate your ongoing support, and we're going to catch you guys on the next one. Wait. We have to do the last bit together.
I really don't want to keep doing this.
Just the last bit.
The last time, yes.
Okay. Wait, how does it go now?
I don't know. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
That wasn't so difficult.